It's Monday, April 23rd, 2012, and this is news. Socialist François Hollande won the first round in the French presidential elections Sunday, setting up a runoff with incumbent Nicolas Sarkozy, who finished a close second with 27% of the vote. Asked if he sees any parallels between the French political situation and the U.S., a White House spokesman said, "The incumbent lost and the socialist won. Here in November, we're hoping for a win-win." The campaign finance corruption trial of John Edwards began today as the government seeks to prove that the former presidential candidate received $1 million from political supporters as hush money for his mistress, Rielle Hunter, who became mother of his illegitimate child. The judge reminded the jury that it must determine if the money in question constituted a campaign contribution, not whether Edwards is a skanky lying weasel who cheated on his dying wife. In his opening statement, Edwards' attorney told the jury his client still believes that there are two Americas and that he was sleeping with only one woman in each. Aung San Suu Kyi refused to take her seat in the Burmese parliament this weekend, along with dozens of her colleagues, demanding a change to the oath of office to avoid a promise to safeguard the Burmese constitution, a charter which guarantees parliamentary seats to unelected members of the military. President Obama made an encouraging phone call to the democracy activist, sharing his personally painful experience of having to pledge to protect and defend the Constitution of another oppressive militaristic government. However, Obama said, "That's all behind me now." Primary voters will go to the polls across Pennsylvania Tuesday, and while the outcome of the presidential nominating process is no longer in doubt, Republicans will pick a Senate candidate to face incumbent Democrat Bob Casey in November. Senator Casey, whose voting record mirrors President Obama's objectives 98% of the time, said he's confident voters will still see him as the best man to represent Obama in Pennsylvania. Iran says it is successfully reverse engineering a captured U.S. spy drone and building its own version. This despite U.S. claims that doing so is nearly impossible given Iran's current technological capabilities. However, Iran's Air Force released this picture of the drone on the eve of its first test flight, demonstrating, quote, "the Islamic Republic's engineering prowess to stop the mouth of the infidel," end quote. And finally today, The Hunger Games was knocked from its perch after a month atop the box office rankings, replaced by a low-budget film called Think Like a Man, which despite its title, apparently includes no swords, bows and arrows, special effect monsters, nor brutal fights to the death. What were they thinking? For PJ Newsbreak, I'm Scott Ott. Click on pjtv.com 3 times today for your antidote to the obsolete media.